Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. Hey guys, Jonathan here with TLD. Hope you guys are doing well. This past week I got a chance to check out NAMM 2014, which essentially is the music equivalent of CES, where companies get together and show off the gear for the new year. Now for those who aren't aware, before I got into video, I actually came from a music and audio background, so I've always had a soft spot not only for new gear, but for audio as well, which is why I'm constantly trying to improve not only video quality, but get the best possible audio quality I can for these videos. So what you're looking at is the Apollo Twin by Universal Audio, and not only do they make arguably the best hardware emulation plugins on the planet, they do a killer job of bridging the gap between technology and music. So the Apollo Twin is essentially the little brother of the original Apollo and Apollo 16. Obviously it's smaller, more compact, and meant to sit on your desk as opposed to a rack mount setup. As you can see aesthetically, it is beautiful, brushed aluminum, and it just screams attention to detail. On the front, you can see everything is nicely laid out. There's a level knob and switch right smack in the middle. The input and output monitors are extremely easy to read, and you can see down below, we have access to tons of parameters ranging from input selection, a low cut filter, phantom power, an input pad, and then the ability to link the unit. Now, as far as the ins and the outs, right there on the front, there's a headphone output. To the left of that, there's a high-Z input, and this is what you'd use to plug in your guitar or bass to record directly. On the flip side, there are two mic/line inputs, and these are killer preamps. They're super low noise and have a ridiculously wide dynamic range of 118 decibels. Following that, there are monitor and line outputs, the power inputs, and a single Thunderbolt connection, so no USB or Firewire, but I would assume that you can probably use a Firewire to Thunderbolt converter, and I will look into that for my full review of the unit. Now right there above the power switch, there's also an optical in, so you can actually add up to 8 additional inputs through an ADAT connection. Now additionally, there's a few things that separate this from other interfaces, one of them being built-in processing. So this comes in a solo or duo configuration, and just think of it the same way you would think of computer cores or the cores in a phone. The more you have, the more power you have, and it's gonna actually take the load off of your computer. So even if you're using something like a MacBook Air, you're not gonna have to stress about the computer maxing out and being taxed by the plugins, because this is gonna take the load off your computer's hands. On top of that, like I mentioned, they make arguably the best hardware emulation plugins in the world. And the cool thing is, with the power built into this unit, you can actually use those to track or monitor your recordings in real time, not after the fact or post-processing. So if you're tracking a guitar, for example, you could plug directly into an API strip. You can throw in some of their soft tube amp modeling. And the cool thing is you have the option to record exactly what you hear into a wet signal like you would with older analog gear, or you can kind of preview it and still record a dry signal and then tweak it after the fact. And from there, the plugins keep going. There's tons of compressors from Fairchild, you have SSL, Studer, Pultec, the list goes on. And what's cool with these is they actually introduced Unison preamp technology. And what that means in simple terms is the plugin actually adjusts the preamp circuit itself. So based off of what plugin you're using, it'll actually change the impedance, the gain structure, and adjust the physical hardware preamp to actually better suit the virtual plugin that you're using on your computer. So yeah, I am pretty excited to check this out. If you guys are looking forward to the review or have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, informative, definitely make sure to hit that like button. It is much appreciated. I will have pricing, availability, the various models all linked down below, along with the gear that I use to make these videos. And before I hop out of here, I want to give a quick shout out to Squarespace for help making this video possible. So if you guys weren't aware, Squarespace is one of the quickest and easiest ways to create your own website. They have drag and drop functionality. Everything is optimized to look good automatically, no matter if you're on your computer, your laptop, or your smartphone. They have an awesome 24/7 support team based out of New York City, and pricing starts out at just $8 a month with a free domain if you sign up for a year. They also recently introduced their logo creator, which you guys can check out more info linked down below. And for those of you guys who watch TLD, you can actually score a free trial, no credit card required, and 10% off your order if you decide you like it and you want to keep using it. Just make sure to use the offer code TLD1 at checkout. That'll let them know we sent you, and it will support the channel. So again, thank you guys very much for watching. This is Jonathan from TLD, and I will see you guys later.